If you're seeing this, you are in group 7, okay? I'm seeing a lot of you are empaths, you're intuitive, you're highly, highly intelligent in more ways than one. I'm seeing spiritually intelligent, emotionally intelligent, and I'm seeing that you're about to tap into your intelligence in ways that you couldn't even fathom before. I'm seeing that there are new opportunities coming in for you that are going to be really easy for you to receive. Maybe in the past you have felt like you needed to work really hard to achieve things, but I'm seeing that you've built up enough momentum within your energy, within your psyche, via affirmations, manifestation, whatever you're doing to attract these opportunities a lot easier. Like you don't have to struggle, you don't have to feel like you're in competition with others. Maybe you have gotten rejection emails in the past, maybe you have felt rejected in some ways from whatever opportunities you applied to, or even in like relationships, things like that. And I'm seeing that that's no longer going to be the case. You're never going to feel that way no matter what happens. You're actually attracting. I'm seeing that you're so magnetic that you're magnetizing these opportunities by just wanting them, by just desiring them, by just knowing that you're a match to them, by just embodying the version of yourself that has those opportunities. Okay, so I'm seeing that you are unlearning a lot of ideologies that were passed down to you by societal programming or your elders or your community, your family, your caretakers, things like that. Okay, I'm seeing that things actually don't have to be hard. Okay, so yeah, if you're again, you're seeing this if you're in group 7. This is only meant for a select number of people. Not everyone will see this. In fact, not everyone even knows about manifestation, law of assumption, law of attraction, because if you think about it, only a portion of the world has the internet. Only like half the world even has internet access, and maybe those people figure it out through other realms, right? There's always like books and things like that, but and cultures that pass things down through oral tradition, but this is the medium that you're receiving messages through, which leads me to the next point. I'm seeing that a lot of you are meant to be famous online, okay? If you have a gift, if you have a talent, you have a passion, share it online, even if it's just something random. It doesn't even have to be deep. It can just be a picture of like a view or something. So I'm seeing that the things that you post reach a lot of people. A lot of people are really interested in the way that you live, like knowing what you do, like not in a weird like monitoring spirit type of way, although there might be some people like that. I am sensing that, but it's not really malicious or harmful. It's just that sometimes people might be too scared to tell you how inspired by you they are, or like maybe they don't want to come off as creepy or something, right? So yeah, I'm seeing that you have multiple gifts, and this is your sign to post them, to get online. You don't have to show your face, you can even alter your voice. There's apps for that, but the world really needs your energy right now. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just pick some cards to see what other messages we have for you. Okay, we have your Queen of Cups. Okay, I'm seeing here that again you are empaths. That's exactly what I said in the beginning of the reading. You're really emotional, intuitive, spiritual, and this is a good thing. Maybe in the past you thought that, oh, like that's a detriment. Oh, I'm too sensitive. Maybe people have even called you that. Oh, you're too sensitive. Like, why are you like this? It's not that deep, right? You may have attracted some kind of like surface level people who don't think as deeply as you do, and that's not to say they're any lesser than you. It's just that these people just have a different way of perceiving life. To some people it's not that deep because they just haven't had to go through that much for them to even get into spirituality or whatever, the way that you have, right? So everyone's on their own path, and these people are no lesser than you are. Sometimes when we actually attract these types of people into our life, that could be a sign for us to maybe not take everything so deeply, like all the time. I'm seeing that, like, being too extreme, like thinking everything is like, deep to the point where you're like, stressing out. Obviously, like, that's a sign that you have to take a step back. So sometimes observing the type of people that you attract in your life can actually help you balance out certain aspects in your life, or figure out what that next step is, or figure out like what vibe or vibration you're on, if that's something you believe in, what frequency you're resonating at. Sorry, there's like noise outside. I think someone's cleaning something. Yeah. But I'm seeing here that yeah, everyone that's in your life is here to help you in some way, shape, or form. And when you start seeing these people as people that are here to help you, rather than like, oh, they're jealous, they're monitoring spirits, they're preying on my downfall, then everything will change. You have to see every single thing that you attract in life, people, experiences, even like views, even things that like you see in your day-to-day life, as there to help you in some way, shape, or form. For those of you that have played video games, you know how there's like things like like in the video game. I'm really into video games and like graphics now, but like you'll see like a random coin here and there. You'll like see like a stamp, and like that's there for you to get to that next level or use something that will help you get to that next level. So when you start seeing life through that mentality, when you start viewing life through that mentality and mindset, that's when things will really shift for you. Okay, a lot of people never make it to that next level because they just think everyone's out to get them, everyone's evil, everyone's bad, everyone's malicious. Honestly, if you keep thinking that way, then you're gonna have to do a lot more work to get to that next level. If you think everyone's an op, everyone's a hater, then you're gonna just feel like sad and down all the time, and that's not a very conducive mindset. So that's what I'm seeing. I'm not seeing that you have any haters or anyone that is like saying anything bad about you. If anything, I'm seeing that could be an aspect of your mind that's criticizing you for something. Okay, people are just messengers. Some people like to think that people are mirrors, right? Or they're just manifestations of your assumption, even if they're not like an actual physical mirror. Or obviously, yeah, no one's an actual physical mirror, but I mean, even if they're not mirroring something that you think, um, that you think you have, they could be mirroring your assumptions or beliefs about something, right? So, yeah, and another message that's coming in is, if you attract people of a certain sign, like let's say you're attracting a lot of Aries at once, right? Like Aries has to do with like being dynamic, fiery, passionate, self, right? That could be a sign for you to be a little bit more, not in like a bad way, but like selfish, kind of like do things that make you happy, to be a little bit more spontaneous, adventurous. If you attract a lot of Tauruses, that could be a sign for you to like, take care of your finances, your balances, second house energies, like material wealth, possessions, things like that, right? So everything is a sign. I know I said like, oh, maybe you shouldn't think everything is a sign, but I like thinking everything is a sign, but not in like a, um, not to the point of like my detriment. A sign in a good way. Even though I'm into astrology and I like, like researching about different astrological phenomenons like Mercury retrograde and things like that, I don't really resonate with anything that is like negative. Or even if it's like negative, I see it as a constructive criticism. I see it as like, oh, just be wary of this thing, right? um yeah, that's why I always say, take whatever I say, take whatever any reader says, take whatever anyone in the world says with a grain of salt, and only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Okay, but I'm seeing that a lot of you are really meant to tap into this Queen of Cups archetype within you, regardless of gender, because everyone, has this archetype within them. Everyone has like everything within them. It's just a matter of what you are tapping into more. It's a matter of what you resonate with more, which can, sometimes be dictated by your experiences in life, cultural upbringing, things like that. There's so many different factors, right? And things can change at any time. You don't always have to like, um, do everything the way that you have done in the past. You're allowed to change your thoughts and mindset. You're allowed to grow. Okay. We also have your Five of Wands. Really interesting. Yeah, I'm seeing here. This sometimes has to do with like conflict and competition, and just like, yeah, the competition. But I see this as like healthy competition, maybe like, being inspired by other people, maybe being in like a little like, friendly like competition with people, um can actually help you reach that next level. I know I see a lot of creators on here that really inspire me to get up and make content, and I wouldn't even say that's it's like competition. I'm not in competition with them, but like sometimes, um what you think you might be jealous of, like, oh, this person's getting a lot of views, this person has this, that, it's all about transmuting that into abundance for yourself. Okay, so yeah, Five of Wands can sometimes have to do with like conflict, sometimes, internal conflict, but again, it matters what you make of it. Okay, so I'm seeing that if you do have the sort of Five of Wands energy, see it as something that's like funny, like, oh yeah, that's so funny, like, this is something that I'm gonna use to like, fuel me. Okay, this is something that I'm going to use to, I'm going to alchemize my own energy. I'm going to transmute it into abundance. Sometimes, like heavier things in life, like for example, like Five of Wands sometimes has to do with like, jealousy and like, oh, other people this, that, right? Like, one thing that's personally helped me is just like, telling myself that, oh, the universe has a sense of humor, like, haha, it's not that deep. I know I was saying like sometimes it's okay to be deep. Um, yeah, but sometimes it's all about discernment. Like, when is it time for you to be deep and when is it not? When something's like, really bothering me, I like to just kind of laugh it off, like, haha, it's not that big of a deal. And that tells my brain, okay, it's not that big of a deal, and it just goes away. It like takes care of itself. So that's just like, that's something you can do. You don't have to do that. But yeah, anyways, I really hope that this video helped. Okay, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you want a personalized reading, check out my website, which will be in the link in the description box below. And thank you so much. Love and light.